Reading, VT, the Hall Art Foundation announces a group exhibition curated by American artist Eric Fischl to be held in its galleries in Reading, Vermont. Approximately 65 artists are represented in Hope and Hazard, a comedy of Eros, which includes over 80 paintings, photographs, works on paper and sculptures selected by Fischl from the Hall and Hall Art Foundation collections. In this fresh and provocative show, Fischl illustrates the absurd extremes associated with romantic and sexual love. Desire, passion, vulnerability, disappointment, pleasure and torment are expressed as a Greek or Shakespearean comedy, epic and tragic, hopeful and hazardous. In Little Shaver, 2005, Nicole Eisenman paints a straight-on portrait of a male whose face is being shaved with a straight razor. The female barber kisses the man's shaving cream-covered cheek while slicing his neck with the blade. Atop the man's head squats another small female figure, urinating onto the tip of his ear. Amid this scene that is at once tender, violent and absurd, the man maintains a deadpan, forward gaze. The extremes associated with Eros can also be perceived in the sculpted form. While Yves Klein's deep blue sculpture of a female torso represents an idealization of the human body, A.R. Pank's phallic and roughly hewn wood sculpture, Untitled, 1983, is imbued with a certain violence and existential isolation. The melodrama often associated with love and romance can be seen in Walter Robinson's Suburban Affair, 1979, where a man embraces a woman reclined on a sofa. In a moment of Pulp Fiction passion, the strap of the woman's dress falls from her shoulder, her red dress rises above her knees, and her cocktail glass is tipped over in her hand. Painted from a film still featuring Elizabeth Taylor and Rock Hudson, Judith Eisler's Lies. In C. Smith, 1972, John Casier's curvy and fleshy painting of a woman's buttocks illustrates an unself-conscious and uncomplicated eroticism. On the other hand, the serpentine entanglement of the figures in Peter Ide's Untitled Blanket of Stars, 2015, alludes to the multifaceted complications that can also be present in sexual and romantic partnerships. While the bright springtime yellow, pink, and orange colors in Joan Semmel's Untitled, 1971, signal pleasure, passion and rebirth, the male and female forms also appear to be engaged in an act of violence. The woman's body is being penetrated and torn apart at the same time, signaling that love and sex can result in as much pain as pleasure. Hope and Hazard, a comedy of Eros includes works by Siegfried Anzinger, Alexander Archipenko, Robert Arneson, Dan Etto, Georg Baselitz, Lillian Bassman, Ellen Birkenblit, Catherine Bernhardt, Norbert Fiske, Joseph Breitenbach, Andr Butzer, William Copley, John DeAndrea, Carol Dunham, Marcel D. Zama, Peter Ide, Nicole Eisenman, Judith Eisler, Tracy Emin, Lee Friedlander, Dan Gluobisi, Bendix Harms, Georg Harold, Jocelyn Hobby, Thomas House-Ago, Ridley Howard, Chantal Joff, John Casier, Craig Kaufman, Yves Klein, Jeff Koons, David Leventhal, Judith Lyndhurst, Tala Madani, Robert Mapplethorpe, Tony Matelli, Jonathan Meese, Bjarne Melgard, Gladys Nielsen, Jim Nutt, Julian Opie, C.O. Pi Efgen, A.R. Pank, Enoc Perez, Alessandro Pesoli, Erwin Frank, Francis Picabia, Nathaniel Mary Quinn, Mel Ramos, Man Ray, Bettina Rames, Jason Rhodes, Walter Robinson, Ora Rosenberg, David Sal, Peter Saul, Ryan Schneider, Lara Schnidger, Peter Schoolworth, Joan Semmel, David Smith, Luke Timons, Tom Wesselman, Hannah Wilkie, Erwin Werman, Lisa Yoskovich. Born in New York City in 1948, Eric Fischl is one of the most influential American figurative painters and sculptors working today. After growing up in the suburbs of Long Island, he earned his BFA from the California Institute for the Arts in 1972, and subsequently taught at the Nova Scotia College of Art and Design in Halifax between 1974 and 1978. Fischl is most well known for provocative large-scale paintings of middle-class suburban America that are imbued with psychological and often uncomfortable sexual undertones. His paintings, sculptures, drawings and prints have been the subject of numerous solo and major group exhibitions. His work is represented in many prominent institutional collections worldwide, as well as prestigious private and corporate collections, including the Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York, the Whitney Museum of American Art, New York, the Museum of Modern Art, New York, the Museum of Contemporary Art, Los Angeles, the St. Louis Art Museum, St. Louis, and the Louisiana Museum of Art, Denmark, amongst many others. In 2011, Fischl organized AMERICA, NOWANDHERE, a multidisciplinary exhibition of the United States' most celebrated visual artists, musicians, poets, playwrights, and filmmakers designed to spark a national conversation about American identity through the arts. The project launched in Kansas City before traveling to Detroit and Chicago. Fischl is a fellow at both the American Academy of Arts and Letters and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. He lives and works in Sag Harbor, NY with his wife, the painter April Gornick.